Camp Columbia. Look at this old tree. Anytime you see big old trees like this out here in the middle of nothing, there was something. So when I got this project started, I was just working off of the one photo, and I didn't give enough credit to how big things are and how little Google Maps can make things appear. I got my scale right now, and we're walking through right now all of this dug up area. There was a lot of transition that happened here too. See, I was thinking that everything off of this old photo is just kind of what happened here. No, they kept going. They had the Richland homes here too. Now this road is the main road. This is the road where you had Quonset huts here and Quonset huts here. Eventually it switched out to the prefab housing from Richland. 250 prisoners here. They brought them to take care of, to crop, to harvest fruit orchards. There were a lot of fruit orchards in this area. I think we'll eventually find some foundations. We're talking World War II, and we've got the Hanford Project north of here producing plutonium from uranium. And there's 50,000 people up there. We gotta go look at these rocks right here. They kicked everyone out, including the people who owned the orchards. And then I think when it came down to it and they realized that they kicked out a pretty major food source, they regretted it. Anyways, we're fogged out today. So I'm just gonna do the 360 and I wanna take a look at these rocks, because I was at the Yakima River further down yesterday, and this sand and this mix of rocks is exactly the same, including these rusted rocks. It's all the same shit, random, washed out. Welcome to Camp Columbia, you guys. So I'm going to walk through what I think is the early areas of Camp Columbia, which would be over here. And then they just went off. They built a lot of stuff out here. So we're just gonna look and see what we can find. Thanks for coming. We're at Camp Columbia. Looking at rocks. Got a lot going on. Day before Thanksgiving. So we got coyote poop right there. So they're around. Hope they don't mind me being around. It's real interesting. The way they took old power poles, built a fence to keep cars out of there, or for horses, because there's quite a horse thing that was here. They built this facility and brought 250 prisoners. These were low risk prisoners, and they built a camp here. They worked the fields. And it must have cost a lot of money to do that. You know, if the government had just contacted the orchard keepers who owned land and said, hey, I got a nice contract for you. We need fruit. You just keep doing what you're doing. And it would have cost them nothing but the cost of that wonderful local fruit. But instead, they had to kick them all out, find a way to take care of their fruit with prisoners. Expensive. You have to have guards, you have to have all that stuff. Now maybe it was part of a rehab program, I'm not sure, but nonetheless it's a pretty funny story. We got some pretty good sage steppe here. Sage steppe is so incredibly resilient. It adapts. But the important part is to make sure that these areas of sage steppe are connected across Washington so that wildlife can have a full habitat. Yeah, it's crazy. We got all these river rocks up here, and then we start cutting into some basalt right in the middle of it. It's just got a mixture of everything, all sizes of stuff. Pretty fascinating, those floods are. Look at that wall of rocks. We'll take the easy way back around, I think. Oh, this looks all right. Let's do it. So Camp Columbia was in that sagebrush triangle right there, the original Camp Columbia. It went beyond that because it got a lot bigger than the photo I've been looking at, but it'll be fun to go see if we find some foundations. Let's take a peek. And then look at how red that one is. We're walking down the main street. We got Quonset huts here, Quonset huts here, and that's for the guards and their families. Okay, so this is Cold Creek Syncline. Cool looking tree. It's like a willow kind of tree. You don't see those too much around here. We can see things were habitated. People lived here. Yeah. Okay. 4 flagpoles, maybe. Water? Yeah, water. So the sagebrush is massive. It only lasted for about 4 or 5 years, but boy, they really worked this place over and made quite an industry of it. They would have been better off just paying off the orchards that were already there, having them produce and keep the apples, but there's some shit right there. Look at that. Yeah, we got a good setup here. Wow. Look at this thing. It keeps going. I'm not sure what this was, but you believe that? Let's get you up there and look around. Oh yeah. Isn't that crazy? I'll hold still. Pretty damn cool. All this sagebrush wasn't here, so this is like what? Got 80 years worth of sagebrush growth right here in some nice deep soil. Cool. I gotta head over here because I am pretty sure all those barracks sat right here. So let's see if we can find any sign of barracks. Well, they weren't really barracks, but that's where the prisoners lived. Anyway.